Good evening, and welcome to Cliffyland, the Global Cooking Challenge. Tonight we are on the third night of cooking the food of the nation of São Tomé and Príncipe. Tonight we're going to be cooking an intriguing dish, cubed chicken in coffee sauce with a banana puree on the side. Also we're doing some rice to go with the chicken. So again, just to let you know, I had to run out quickly to get butter because the cornbread that we made on, today is Tuesday, on Sunday, which amazingly we still have half of, used up pretty much all the butter we had. So I was kind of in a panic when I saw that I needed butter pretty much today. So if I seem out of breath, that's why. Hold that thought. Okay, we're listening to music from São Tomé and Príncipe. It is by a group called Africa Negra, which is curious because it's in Spanish and the country speaks Portuguese, so a little confused about that one. But it's actually quite good. It's the first one of these international things that I've actually stopped, made a point of going to, download for myself. So let's get cracking here. First I'm going to need to make sure that I set up the rice cooker because we're going to need to have the bed of rice ready for this when the time comes, and I am notorious. Hey Yolanda, thanks for coming by. How you been? Yes, you're hungry. Well, we're gonna get you more hungry here, because this should be interesting. I've got my rice cooker right over here. I'm just gonna get some rice thrown in there, and it may not be the most appropriate rice, but it's kind of what I have on hand. I did not get specific. Smile for screenshot. Let's get cooking. Okay, let me get my... Got it? Maybe? Sort of, kind of? Wait a few seconds. I will stab you with my pointy knife. Hope you got it. Okay, well, guessing you did. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. I very much appreciate that. So I'm just going to get my 1 cup of rice. This is jasmine, or faux jasmine, this organic. Jasmine apparently is sort of trademarked. You can only call something jasmine rice if it's actually from India. So when these brands come up with this other jasmati, or basmati, or whatever, they kind of make a hybrid. But they can't call it jasmine. No, sorry, they can't call it basmati if it's not from India. So they've created this hybrid, this little bit of both. Thank you for the restream, Yolanda, also. So I need to remember to get more rice, because I'm going to need it. Because just about everything seems to call for rice. Okay, I'm going to get 2 cups of water going in here. And I have to remember to salt my water, because that seems to be a regular issue, that everything's okay, and then I put it on the rice, and the rice isn't salted, and it's just kind of, sits there. Incidentally, I've mentioned this website before. I just saw a really interesting video on it called The Tasting Table. I highly recommend you follow them on Facebook or wherever. They always have all sorts of interesting stuff. And today, because they gave me the idea to do the basil in the cornbread here, which was so good. Truly one of the best things ever. But they had a video today about MSG being perfect and good and not bad at all. And forget anything that you heard. It actually dates back to the 70s, and actually a very bad study, which has never been reproduced. So, Santos, thank you for the restream. So, we set up our rice cooker, and now I'm going to go and cube my chicken breasts and set them aside. Now, this dish, holy moly, it called for 4 chicken breasts. There are only 2 of us. So I made the executive decision to just get 3, which is probably, even that's going to be too much. But that I could deal with. So to recap what we did on Sunday, we did the spinach, the clams and spinach. It came out quite well. I just had the last of the leftovers for lunch. Quite well that came out. Especially, particularly good on rice. And the cornbread, which is not from São Tomé at all, but that was just totally a 100% bonus extra. We've got time to kill dish, and that was out of this world good. Okay, so we're getting our chicken breast, and anytime I deal with chicken, I'm always just, on the lookout for the salmonella. So it is, I'm going to be running back and forth to wash my hands sort of kind of constantly here. So right hand, left hand, fingers, toes, elbows, toes. Okay, here. Okay, we're going to wash this sucker before we put it away. In the garbage. That other thing that we tried to do on Friday, the cassava flour thing, whoo doggies, that was something else. Yeah, that's going to go down the record books for things that never to ever do again. Just a second here. Remind me to start the rice cooker at 7:15. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Thank you. Okie doke. Now, when you're cooking chicken breasts, like I said, I sharpened my knife earlier. If you're doing the whole breast, it's kind of, I gather, it's important to pound it down so everything's about the same height, so it all cooks the way you want it to. These are going to be in cubes, so I'm imagining that probably isn't quite as important. So we are going to cube our chicken. So the way this is going to work is we cube the chicken, we prep everything that we need to prep for the dish, we brew our coffee, which is going to be interesting, cooking in coffee. Actually, it's a coffee cream, a coffee sauce, which is why I needed the butter, because it's a buttery sauce. Thank you so much for that, Lydia. Oh, you are so nice. Thank you so much. And so we're cubing our chicken. I'm trying to get them to be more or less the same size, which apparently is the key to life. I am not so good at that. I should be using my my obsessive compulsive cutting board with the lines to help me out with that. So, but let's see how I do without it, because that one's kind of small. So, see if we can get them all about an inch square. So these are going to be browned in butter and cooked actually in butter and garlic, then set aside. And after they're set aside, then we create the sauce with wine and coffee. Gonna be interesting. And when I found this recipe, the place I found it is really kind of a sketchy website, to be honest with you. Once upon a time, before the time I started this whole project, I found this website called Celtnet. Celt, like Celtic. Celtnet, which was a sketchy website, perhaps run out of the UK. It had a UK domain name at the end. But it seemed to be this kind of random repository of recipes from around the world, which was fine, but as I started investigating recipes for countries X, Y, and Z, I started to get the feeling that these were just sort of, snatched from wherever they could be snatched, copied verbatim, and just stuck up there, which I figure would probably present something of a copyright issue. Plus, there was a lot of really random, grandma recipes to say, cook a certain amount of this until it's done, So I noticed more recently that I went back to the website it's gone. You go to it and it just says forbidden. You can't get there. So ergo, a lot of old links that I have on my blog are kind of gone, and I need to go. If I ever go back around, I'm gonna have to go find replacements for those. In any case, this other sketchy website seems to have stepped up, which is Russian website. Apple Watch. Yes, I got the Apple Watch. It is quite helpful to me, particularly on my runs. I did another 10 miles this morning, which I need to do after eating that cake, that cornbread with basil. But it was so good. It was worth it. But yeah, I run before dawn, which is good, but it screws with my sleep schedule in a major way. So I'm sorry I'm the slowest prep cuck in the world, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's one of those songs that played on my run this morning, actually. So anyway, this Russian website, they seem to be like the replacement of, copyright violating, stealing traditional recipes and all, sticking them all up on a blog. Because I'll go look for a country and I'll find, the recipe written down, I think the first place that it existed, and then I'll see it, copied word for word on this site. However, I am using it from this site because I didn't find this one anywhere else. So much so that I worried it wasn't even an authentic thing from São Tomé until I investigated the cuisine of São Tomé São Tomé and Príncipe a little more thoroughly. And what do you know? Cooking and coffee is quite the thing there. So, never had that before. So, we're going to be playing the coffee maker for the first time. At least in this regard, in any case. So this should be fun. But like I said, it cooks kind of surprisingly quickly. They're just these cube things, and then you just reduce the sauce, and bang, you're done. Now, I needed a starch to go with it. I know it's served on rice, and I really could just call it a day with that. However, since I was at the market, I found the green bananas. Steve, thank you for the like and the restream. I found the green bananas, which you may have seen in earlier weeks, as we have hit now the last of the 6 saint and island nations. So we had 6 countries in a row. This is 6 of 6. They were either saints, islands, or both. So we had, drum roll please, Saint Kitts and Nevis, followed by Saint Lucia, followed by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Those were all islands and saints, and all in the Caribbean, so, And then that was followed by Samoa, which is an island and not a saint, which is followed by San Marino, which is a saint and not an island. And then we're back to São Tomé and Príncipe, which is both an island and a saint. As I mentioned 2 times before, the nation of São Tomé and Príncipe, primarily 2 islands. There are others, smaller islands adjacent to those, but they're volcanic islands that were uninhabited until the Portuguese decided to just land there and create a settlement where they could trade with the mainland. And naturally, they would trade slaves, and they established sugar plantations and such. But the first island was named for St. Thomas because they landed there on the day of St. Thomas's feast day. And the other island was named for a different saint. I forgot which one. But eventually they changed it to Principe because for the prince, because they had to pay tariff to the prince in Portugal. So hence Principe. They speak Portuguese among other languages. And the people come largely from former Portuguese colonies like Mozambique and Angola, and some Asians all the way over from Macau, which is over on the other side of Hong Kong in China, now given back to China, and now is land of casinos, land of the Sheldon Adelson Casino Empire, in case you didn't know. They lied when they talked about boneless, didn't they? Because someone did not butcher this very well, because there's a bone right there, and we don't want to see that. We don't need you in there. Okay, away with thee. Okay. See, this is weird. This is lovely. I love this, but it's the woman speaking Spanish. She's telling the history of colonization in Africa, which is really cool to hear it, you know, sort of set to music. I'm trying to get her accent. She sounds Spanish, like Spain Spanish. She's got a beautiful voice. Yeah, she's telling the history of Africa, of colonialism in Africa. This is really neat. Apparently, I guess this particular album is... I can't really tell because the Apple Music thing is kind of sketchy on the information. But I got the feeling this one is may date back to the 70s or 80s, or maybe earlier. But I can't say for sure. But there's a lot of this African... oh my God, I forgot. Africa Negra, yeah, that's the name of the act. Very good. So, we cooked on Friday, and on Friday we did the national dish, the kalulu, which is taro leaves in a stew with fish. We wound up using mackerel, and that was our most watched one, actually, believe it or not. That was our most watched show, period, which kind of surprised me, especially considering that there was the grand disaster. I mean, the fish in itself, the having to pour water over it and then take it apart and take all the bones out by hand. Hola Dashi, ¿cómo te va? ¿Cómo van las cosas en tu mundo, nene? How are things in your world? Where I'm sitting here cutting up chicken, being the slowest prep cook in the world. But I'm trying to get things to be, you know, roughly the same size. So, ergo. Ron, hey, thanks for liking the restream. How you doing? How are you weathering the hurricane that never was? So thankful. I was so sure that I was thinking, oh my God, this hurricane's going to be happening on Tuesday. Am I going to even have power? So grateful that it stayed away. Erica broke up. So I say Erica was the oasis of hurricanes. It broke up before it got to the U.S. shore, for the most part. So there is that. Let me see. I need one more slice on here. But I had to run out to the store. Like, literally, it was not half an hour ago. Good for you. Good, Ron. Yeah, literally half an hour ago, I was sitting here and going, oh, I need X amount of butter. And I went, oh, nuts! We're out of butter. And I just wrote the husband saying, can you get some on your way home? And he's like, I wasn't planning on going to the store until after I work out, which would mean he wouldn't be able to bring it by till 7. And I'm thinking, yeah! So I just took off like a rocket. I ran through the parking lot, through the grocery store, grabbed the butter, you know, tried to find the shortest line, and just, you know, quickly, like, raced back home to be with y'all. So, it's hot as heck outside. It's bonkers. Which is why I'm running at 5 in the damn morning. I just can't stand it. And September to me has always been, I mean, people say that March is the cruelest month because, you know, if you're somewhere where it's cold and you're waiting for, you know, springtime to get there. But, geez, September is the one I hate because for me it's always the opposite. I'd always, like, be begging for summer to be over. And then I say, September, people, you're seeing fall, back to school, sweaters, people on TV. Why? Why is it so terrible that I'm seeing, you know, that I'm seeing that and it's so freaking hot? So that was always my feeling growing up. Okay, stand up straight. My mom would be telling me to stand up straight. Okay, I need to wash this to make the salmonella go away. Okay, we'll be right back. I will be right over there. Incidentally, this, we switched from the Africa Negra. Now there's a style of music which may or may not have originated in São Tomé and Príncipe, but it is sort of unique to the Portuguese nations, Brazil, Cape Verde, etc. Called Zouk, Z-O-U-K. So that's what we're going to be listening to for a while here. Also finding that there's, you know, just the same way there's a million different cuisines, there's a million different musical traditions, even among places you think that A, you would never think of, and B, places that you figure they all kind of, you know, like, oh, all the islands, they all listen to, I mean, you go on a cruise, you take a little excursion, and it's nothing but, you know, Bob Marley and Rihanna that you're listening to, but there's a lot of interesting local music, apparently, no matter where you go. And you can find it on Apple Music too, so yay for that. So, and next week should be interesting, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so that's our chicken breasts. Now, I need to take a picture of my coffee maker, which is really stupid, but the reason why is because I have not used it in the cooking of the dinner before. So let's just take a gander at you. Yes, you, mister. Okay. Oh, okay, I need to get my scale. You'll see why in a minute. If I had a brain in my head, I would have a kitchen scale. But I'm using my postal scale. It's Batman! Hey, Batman. Hey, David. Hi, good seeing you. Batman. Okay, here's the weird part. Everything's in metric. Thank you for liking the restream too. Very much, Batman. Okay, everything's in metric, which, hey, you know, I know. Oh, by the way, trivia question. Metric system versus the English system, you know, how the US is in miles and ounces and all that as opposed to meters and all that. The whole rest of the world is on the metric system. The United States is not. The United States is one of only three nations in the world that still use the English system. Without Googling, can you name even one of the other two? And one of the other two is already planning on leaving. They've got a plan, so we're going to be one of two, like, real soon. So, this thing, 150 milliliters. So, because I don't know the freaking, you know, I got the decaliters thing in the middle, but I got all confused. So we're going for that much coffee. That much. So I'm not I already cleaned out the coffee maker. But I'm going to use the filtered water from the fridge. So apparently 150 milliliters is about 2/3 of a cup. Which ain't a lot. So I'm really not sure how much coffee to use. Right here. I'll give you the amazing treat of being close as you watch me make coffee. How about that? Something you don't see every day. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Okay, coffee. What I got is a Starbucks blend of various different, you can't see, it's dark in there, like, see, different, different flavors. So, that's what we got, that's what we're going to use, plus we're actually going to use some coffee beans on top of it, on top of making the coffee. There's going to be actual coffee beans in the food. Stop wobbling. So, I'm going to just take the executive decision and say, I'm going to say 2 scoops. I hope that's right. Because it doesn't seem like a lot of coffee. Coffee maker has been cleaned. The filter has been cleaned already. I should put the top on this. I'm not used to doing this hour. This is all very disorienting. Okay, everybody stand by for the ghee. Okay, 1 to 5 cups. There you go. This is the coffee chicken. Yes, it's the chicken and coffee cream sauce. So, should be fun. Oh, my mother is like, my mom ain't here right now. I love her with all my heart and soul, but the poor dear, it is physically impossible for her to make a cup of coffee that is drinkable in any way, shape, or form. It just is. It's really quite an amazing feat. And everything you could do wrong to make a cup of coffee, good, you know, there. Just think of it and it's there. Like, make the list. So when I stay over, I always have to like send the husband out for Starbucks. I go, no. So she comes over here, and I make the thing, oh, well, yeah, but your thing sounds like a jet engine. I'm thinking, if that's the problem. But hey. Okay, white wine. We're also using wine in this. And once more with the whole English metric hoo-ha thing, I get damn confused as to how much I'm using. And that's all my fault. Also, if you may have noticed previously when we cooked the clams on Sunday, that wasn't enough clams. The dish was really good, but I really should have had more clams. I know for next time. White wine. I used the whole entire bottle, or the rest of that whole bottle of white wine, because I had opened a bottle. Okay, once more, we don't drink wine here. I mean, it's not our thing. And the husband drinks red wine, and so people bring over bottles of white wine, and then we re-gift them. So we have these bottles kind of sitting around. I just don't want to open it just for a little bit. Ergo. This biddle-oddle. The answer to all your problems is in this biddle-oddle. So we are actually looking for 500 milliliters, which is about 2.11 cups of the white wine. 2.11. Help me out here. Oh, duh. Oh, the whole freaking thing. Duh. So let's find out. Oh, I was on somebody's stream. Oh yeah, this dude I was mentioning before. The first time I encountered him, he was in, he's walking around a store in Japan, pointing out all the different stuff on the shelves. And then I encountered him again last week, and it was sort of, you know, late morning for us, but it was like the middle of the night for him. And he was showing the apartment, and he's walking around outside. Turned out the guy is from New Zealand, but he's living in Tokyo, and or outside Tokyo. And he was talking about the vending machines that sell everything, you know, alcoholic beverages or you name it, I assume. But we started discussing and he just did not understand the laws regarding alcohol in the United States. Not at all. And so I was saying, no, it's up to the states. It's different in every state and local jurisdiction. And I explained to him, no, there's still some counties that are dry counties. And he says, so what do you mean by that? Oh, you probably mean that, you know, and I says, no, dry, like as in no booze. That still happens. But as Utah and South Carolina, although I think they both went away, but I think they're trying to put it back in Utah. Yes. Tokyo is very crowded, but it's really weird that now that the real estate prices, especially, you know, not outside of the major city, have like dropped like enormously, which is wacky because, you know, that's the place with the highest real estate value, et cetera, everything's so dense and crowded. But apparently they bought these places, people built these places not too far out, and they're surprisingly cheap. And that's what this guy was saying too. And I had just read an article about that. So, you never know. In any case, I was telling him, oh yeah, there's counties that are dry counties. But in Utah and South Carolina it used to be, and Utah maybe it was, but they're trying to again, that the only way you can buy booze, someone correct me if I'm wrong, the only way you can buy booze like in a bar to buy a mixed drink is you have to buy it in the little bottles. And I think in Utah, they can't mix it in front of you, they have to go behind a curtain, they're not allowed to do it like in sight of the patron. These bizarre laws, and this guy from New Zealand was just like, what, are you kidding me? No way. That's not possible. I said, yes, very possible. And in Maryland, all the liquor stores are all state-owned. So you have to, it's the state of Maryland brand liquor store, which is strange. But here you can, but in Ohio you could walk into like a sandwich shop and they can sell you a bottle of wine. So things are different everywhere. Okay, we're getting cream. We're getting the 150 milliliters of cream out for our sauce. Utah houses are so close together. OMG, no booze. I couldn't live there. Yeah. Oh, we were this is years ago, but I know it's still the same in a lot of places. Driving through the Panhandle of Florida, and my dad, you know, we stop and we go into this restaurant and he sits down and he orders a glass of wine. They say, we can't sell you a glass of wine. You have to go next door to the liquor store, buy it, bring it in, unopened, and we can open and pour it for you and charge you a bottle fee, but we're not allowed to sell you the wine. But there was another one that was like, no, we can't sell you anything. It was completely dry. You have to go to the next county if you want to drink. It's like, wow. So, oh, whatchamajiggle, PBS, and also on iTunes Music, also a PBS documentary on Prohibition. It's totally worth it. It's worth buying it. It's worth seeing it on your PBS app or whatever. And also explains at the end why it is that the laws are the way they are here, like locally. So, okay, for our, we're getting out our 150 milliliters of cream for our wine sauce. That's right there, okay. That's not very much. I'm gonna have leftover cream. Hopefully I can talk the husband into using actual cream for his coffee, so it doesn't all go bad. Yeah. Crazy, man. And happy hour is against the law in Massachusetts. So it's not just your red state, blue state thing. It's just kind of like across everywhere. There's crazy laws. Because apparently during Prohibition, people could, you know, since it was against the law to do anything, people would do anything. But when they made it legal, then they could say, okay, now we can say you have to be this old and you have to be under these conditions and blah, blah, blah. Make whipped cream. That's a thought. I could do that. Matt Clifton, thank you for the restream. So let me clean this out, then we're going to get our garlic together. Like I said, I should be feeling rushed, but oddly enough I'm not. Because this all seems to come together surprisingly quickly. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. The only thing that's going to be tricky is doing the green bananas at the same time I'm doing the other thing. So I think I may have the green bananas just kind of sitting there while I do the our chicken. Because, so I gotta get my little gizmo. Yeah, this is in English. But, you know, it's the genre. We're going genre here. So this is, what is this? 4 garlic cloves. We got 1. Trying to avoid the stupid little mess this makes. This is kind of running up. Here. 2. That'll be 2. That's not really 3. That's still 2. And this is crap. Okay. We'll be right back. We got more. We got more. Don't go away. Always gotta have garlic. When we started this whole thing, I didn't, you know, didn't even have, like, unpeeled garlic. Would use, jars with, the pre-peeled garlic cloves. But then they started to feel they were all falling apart, and it just didn't seem right. So I've gotten more purist about things being, more, you know, pure and original and stuff. So Lydia, hey there, how you doing? Ah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I'm just seeing the new features here. If I see the little picture thing, I don't see where to do the poll. Maybe is that under the same picture thing? I'm wondering. Yeah. Nope, not there. Some stores have huge bag of it. Yes. Yes, definitely. 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to be 4. I'm gonna get an extra one. Yes, boy, when I go to the international market there, they've got like gigantor things of stuff. They've got, you know, 20-pound sacks of rice. In fact, I have. If it wasn't such a hassle to pull it down, I would show you the bag I have of the glutinous rice. Say, Paul, do you like cookies? Oh, you say something? Paul, do you like cookies? No? You just say something? You've got to be kidding me. It can't be listening. Tell me if that's true. Because, I mean, I see. I know Lydia did hers, but see, Lydia, you were doing your thing and you're talking about it. And I went, wait a minute, whoa, 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 I don't have the app. And I had to, like, leave your stream to go, you know, download the new app, new version. And then I had to see, you know, what it was different. So I missed some of the conversation about it. You type poll in comments. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. In the chat, that makes sense. That would make sense. It would involve typing, which, not really quite amenable to this process with food and hands and such, but interesting. Oh, but okay, so though I did see the other thing, so maybe we can see if this works. So I went to the international market. This is Friday, and so if you follow me on Snapchat and direct message me on Twitter if you want my Snapchat username. And I'll get that to you, because sometimes when I am doing my shopping, oh phooey, they have shoot, it doesn't go back all the way. The photos kind of stop at a certain point, can't go back any further. Shoot, I take pictures of the interesting stuff as I find it. That would be dope if you could just say it and the app recognizes it. Yeah, that would be cool. Starlight, thank you for the like. That would be neat. No, I wanted to show because I took pictures of some stuff that, especially one thing that would be really appropriate to São Tomé and Príncipe, which is called jackfruit. I think I mentioned this before. Jackfruit. It's one piece of fruit that's literally about that big. It's like this. It's like bigger than a few babies together, and it's all like knobby and stuff. And apparently in São Tomé, not only it grows here, but it grows there, and you know, people just eat it raw, and it's just a thing. It's not a dish I would prepare, but there's no way I can be eating something that's that, you know, humongous, because we'd never have the end of it. And even then, when I took a picture of it, they had a quarter of one, and the quarter of one was the size of a regular watermelon. So, I don't exactly know what it tastes like. John M. Blake, thank you for the like and the restream. Okay, it should be 4. Yeah, I got a little tiny one, so I'm gonna say 5. You know, I'm getting the hang of my little gizmo here. It does a nice job. Let me get rid of this nonsense. Don't fly away onto the floor, because I just mopped. Okay, so we're going to slice typing not nice plus we hear typing. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. That doesn't make sense. Although you could hit the mute button, but then that would probably mute something else, so just thinking out loud. I'm trying to get the little edges off since I have the luxury of time today. I started, you know, later than I have recently, but again, this is a surprisingly quick cook with relatively few ingredients, so I can be a little more casual. Oh, there was a guy on the last stream, I think it was the last stream, that I'd never seen before, but he was asking for a cameo, and I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what I was going to get. Apparently neither did he, because it didn't really work. But that could be dangerous, just having random people you don't know. What is this garlic? What's inside the garlic device? Nothing. It is just you know, like sticky plastic. And it's like all cannoli. You can see right through. Hello, hello. So that's it. It's like a little plastic cannoli. Find if maybe it's not. Maybe it's not even cannoli. Maybe I'm even saying the wrong name for pasta. It's another thing I'm not completely up on. I know spaghetti. I know linguine. You know the original Odd Couple, the play. It was also in the movie. And sort of in the first episode of the TV show, but where who is it? Felix is eating a bowl of linguine, and Oscar is really mad at him. Comes up and is yelling at him, and they're having this big argument. And he goes, "Hey, and you're just sitting there drinking your stupid spaghetti." He goes, "It's not spaghetti, it's linguine." And he picks it up and he throws it against the wall in the kitchen. Goes, "Now it's garbage." So, one of my favorite Neil Simon lines. Had to read the entire works of Neil Simon when I was in high school and college. So, ergo. Come Blow Your Horn. Underappreciated. Like to see it done live because the movie didn't completely do it for me. That happens a lot. When you read a book that you really like, or a play, so you play live you really like, and then they make a movie and like, nuts, they ruined it, and they're never going to do it again and fix it. And everyone's going to just know this movie. So, cool, yes, so, okay, we've got our thinly sliced garlic. It didn't say to dice it, it just said to slice it. So it shall be sliced and not diced. Stand up straight, says Mom. Hear her voice in my head. Párate derecho, te va todo jorobado. Está todo jorobado ahí, la gente viéndote y está jorobado. Saying I'm hunched over. See, she's up here. Even though she may not be here today. Okay, here's where the scale comes in. It seems really goofy, but, goofy to me, that they said, there's a weight of, yes, Odd Couple was so good. And the TV show was so weird because the first season was like so kind of odd and not funny and kind of done without an audience, like filmed, and then they did a live audience, just like Happy Days, the first season. Same Gary Marshall action. Okay, it says a weight of butter, which is confusing me. So it says 50 grams, which is 1.76 ounces of butter. So I have no idea how much butter that is, which is part of my reason I was in my freak out. And I went out and I got the usual unsalted, organic unsalted butter over yonder. I can't read what that is with the sunlight. So I don't know how much. In fact, I asked Siri, how many tablespoons is 1.676 ounces? It goes, I can convert that to that. Well, now we know a tablespoon is about half an ounce. So, I could explain to you my tragic story of why I can't do math in my head when people are looking at me. I can't add 2 and 2 when people are looking at me. If I'm by myself and no one's looking at me, I can do like long division in my head. It's a very tragic tale. But probably not suitable for the cheeriness of this. So, back to this. I'm going to do this tablespoon by tablespoon. Hopefully I'll get there. 1.1. So I'm thinking, what's like 3 tablespoons then? A little more? Say a little more. I should take the paper off that, don't you think? Well, better to be over than under. Trash. This is not so great. I like the other stuff better. Yeah, but just math. My brain just when someone's looking at me, that's one reason that I always have a digital watch. And I mean, I always had a digital watch before I didn't have a watch at all. I have the Apple Watch, but same reason I can't deal with the all the cute little typefaces with the Mickey Mouse and whatever, because the hands thing, just like with the math. If I'm by myself, fine. If someone's looking at me and says what time it is, I freeze. So that's why I need the digital watch. How many times did I say, people say what time is it? Oh, it's a hair past a freckle. Trying to say something to kill time. Until they find someone else who knows how to tell time. What about that? Okay. Okay, so we've got our butter. Oops, one last piece of paper. Away with the... Come on, don't be difficult. Don't be difficult. Be good. Come on. Come on. Oh, God, I love that tasting table website. It is just so cool. They had another thing with gadgets that no kitchen should be without. And they had very specific ones. And they had like the cheese grater that you see at the Italian restaurants that have the crank on the side. Need to get me one of those. And a particular vegetable peeler, which would be just perfect. So, but oh boy, the things I need to buy. It gets to be quite a long list. And then I don't have any place to put it. Ah, come on. Okay, I think I'm gonna pick up the pace here. So we've got our butter, bay leaf, and then our coffee beans, our actual coffee beans. So you go away. Okay, so we've got our butter. We're gonna get 4 red chili peppers and crush them into a paste. So for this, I'm gonna put the gloves on. One glove, 2 gloves. Now here's the thing: it's so hard to find red Thai chili peppers or green Thai chili peppers, for that matter, here, exactly where I am. Next to impossible. For those, I have to go down either to the Indian market, which is like 40 minutes away, or to the big global market, which is about 30. So I don't get to go down too often. So last time I had gone in advance, I had purchased a bunch of these red Thai chili peppers, thinking, oh, you know what? I'll need those. Thing is, they're not really looking great right now, but it'll be okay. It's gonna be, oh, they're better than I thought. Yay. Okay, so we've got our African bird's eye, these bird's eye chilies. Now, there's a specific chili that I gather is not the same chili, called a peri peri pepper, which probably looks something like this, like your red Thai chili pepper. But is apparently not the exact same thing. If I did not have a brown thumb, I would be growing these outside. I have saved the seeds and tried to grow them unsuccessfully. So, brown thumb at work once more. So, we've got our 4 red chili peppers, and we're going to crush them. We will crush. We'll crush them with extreme malice. We will crush them. But first, that one probably needs a picture. Okay. So, with our mortar and pestle, we make a Thai chili pepper paste, and hopefully not splash some with my eyeball, because that would hurt. And we're going with the seeds and all. Now, the way I'm figuring is that while this makes it quite spicy, that cream that we got right there is going to sort of counteract it. This is the way I'm looking at it. It seems to make logical sense. If you have something that's really hot, don't drink water. The water isn't going to help you. Some people say have a piece of bread or have some citrus, and that, that's not too bad. But cream, coconut cream, regular milk cream, that's what will counteract it. So when you see a lot of recipes that are Asian, Southeast Asian, particularly, you'll see that it'll have really hot peppers in it, but you'll also see that. But you'll also see that it has coconut milk, and that's kind of the magic of how you can have something that's so hot and it's okay. So you have all these coconut curries and stuff. So if you ever wondered why there's always coconut in that is why. Otherwise it would be much more painful. I can sort of feel the fumes of this already. So it's spicier than it looks. Spicy, spicy. Okay, so we're gonna put you aside over here. We'll clean you later. Okay, now it's safe. And so I've got a bay leaf. One little bay leaf. Remember where the bay leaf is. Bay leaf, okay. Incidentally, one thing I've learned about spices and such is that if you go to, especially like Latin markets and such, you'll see the spices and pegboards and stuff. Germany, how you been? Long time no see. Thank you for the like and the restream. We are making our cubed chicken in coffee sauce, and we are getting out more coffee. We made coffee. Actually, it probably beeped and I didn't hear it, I think. So we're getting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coffee beans. 12! Ha ha ha! 12 coffee beans! Okay, now it's starting to get aromatic up in here with the garlic and the coffee and the spices. We need, Meerkat needs to add the smell-o-vision aspect to it. We've got our salt sitting out there. Okay, so here's the thing. It's 7 o'clock. I say we go. I don't understand spicy, painful food. I didn't either. I didn't either. I'm Puerto Rican, so we and one part way back there Irish. Neither of those do spicy. Not at all. Yeah, I got what you meant. However, I've gone through periods where it's like, oh, I'm gonna try spicy, no, I'm not liking it, and then go to the blog, read the one about Bhutan. Honest to God, I had that dish, which was just the most insanely spicy thing you could imagine, and it just totally recalibrated my entire biology from, the top of my head to the tips of my toes. So now I can handle it. Also, I know that spicy isn't the same. Every spice, every hot pepper, Dashi is into the hot spicy food. Every hot pepper, every pepper is not only different in terms of level of heat, but the way it hits you in that heat, in the face, in the mouth, and the sweating, they're all different. And I did not understand that until I started experiencing it. Going, oh, this one's really hot, but I'm okay, and it hits me here, and this one's really hot, and I don't like the way that hits me, even though it's less hot. So it's really different in terms of which peppers you use, which is why I wish I had peri-peri peppers, because I would love to know what exactly that is. Since I cooked Angola way back in the letter A, I've been looking for them, have not found it. I know there's peri-peri pepper sauce you can buy, but that's not what I want. I want the real stuff. Okay, this is how much chicken we have. Okay, that's a whole lot of chicken. I need to brown this chicken. The skillet is going to have to be good enough. It just is. Love spicy food with habaneros all the time. Good stuff. Good stuff. Like I said, I've gotten used to it. And also the whole, with the coconut thing to counteract, so you can moderate. You know what? I think I'm going to use the saucepan. I thought I was going to use the skillet, but just this amount of chicken makes me wonder if that's even a good idea. Also, I need to get out the other saucepan, get out Big Bertha for the bananas, for the green bananas. So I will move you over since we're gonna start over in the stove. So, time to move. We like to move it, move it. We like to move it, move it. Okay, over here. So, might as well get started on the bananas while we're here. So I'm gonna fill this up. My dad said to when cooking green bananas, I'm sorry you're not seeing what I'm doing here. I'm filling up a pot with water. It's all very exciting. Okay. The salt the water. Always salt the water. I'll move you where you can see better. To slice the ends off the green banana. So let's just do that now, just to get it out of the way. I may move you back. So once more we have our friends, the green bananas. The green bananas. Which I was afraid that they would be turning not green. I'm moving you back for now. I was afraid they were going to turn not green. But this is going to be, we're going to have two starches. We're going to have rice and the green bananas. And I'm sure we'll have leftovers. The green banana recipe is just so ridiculously easy. It's hardly even, couldn't even consider a recipe. Oh, by the way, the tip on the green bananas that someone told my dad one time long ago is to speed up the process by cutting the ends off. Green bananas, we first had the green bananas when we first cooked St. Kitts and Nevis 5 weeks ago. Now we're on week 6 of these islands. Yes, islands. Islands and saints. But the green bananas are a good starch, and they're just like regular bananas, but only unripe. And so they have kind of a starchy, potatoey kind of action going there. And I don't have to worry about the stickers or anything because we're going to boil it and peel those later, so screw that. Okay, so you go away, and then we're going to put these to boil for about 15-20 minutes. I know the water's going to take a while to boil, but you know, we're going to have something else going, so I'm just trying to get it all to happen at the same time. The recipes for the banana puree thing is from a global cooking Flash cookbook, so meaning it's in Flash. In Flash, that thing you cannot see on your iPhone or iPad or any mobile device. I hate Flash. The world hates Flash. Now Chrome is gonna hate Flash, but the stupid thing is in Flash. But it's a book. It's a whole book. It's online and it has recipes and information about the food of every country. And it's good. It's a good starting point. I only a few times have I ever actually done an exact recipe from there. Usually that's my last option for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that when I post it, if you're on a mobile device, you can't see it. So, but this came from that. It's basically boiled green bananas, smashed like mashed potatoes with salt, pepper, and lemon. That's it. You can barely call that a recipe. So, we will move you while we boil you over there. Sorry, don't get motion sickness. I'm gonna put you behind. Let's see if you can get a decent view. So while those boil, And I'm going to have to keep an eye on the time. I need to wash my hands again. Okay, we're going to melt our butter over here. And again, I apologize for the brightness of the white. It's just the way it is. Stand up straight, stand up straight. So, we're going to melt the butter in the pot and brown our chicken. And I need to get a plate to receive the, or this bowl will do when they're done. So, that's what we're going to do. That's going to be pulled out with what? How about with you? And we're going to eat it. Alright, so we're melting the butter, which is so exciting I need to take a picture of it. Oobity-doobity-doo. Look at that. Okay. And so we're going to brown the butter. Hold on, let me make sure I got everything going. Oop, no, not there yet. Okay. So we're going to brown the chicken. And then we're going to add the garlic bay leaf. So let me get that back here too while that melts. I've seen recipes that say to take a bay leaf and crumble it. I don't know. I think you try not to eat a bay leaf because if it's dried. I have found fresh bay leaves, which would be interesting, but I've never seen anything specifically asked for that, so I'm not sure. So, oh, let me get my chicken. Okay, so once more, here's our 3 chicken breasts. Cubed, and we're going to brown them, and we may have to do this in batches because that seems like an awful lot. Some of these recipes, I don't know, feed much larger armies. Oh, while we're sitting here, and before this starts getting too hot, what's going on? This is the end of São Tomé and Príncipe week, and this ends our string of 6. Next week we do Saudi Arabia. I kind of issued the y'all come to local friends, see if anyone wanted to make a big feast, so I can make a big Saudi Arabian feast on Friday. I am almost certain it's just going to be the 2 of us again. Fresh chicken is expensive. I know it's getting more expensive. I have not. I mean, compared to the other proteins that I've done, not so much. I mean, how nuts. It's not hot enough. How the chicken gets to your table. That's that's a whole different discussion. But really, that's see, I don't find fresh chicken to be that expensive. When I cook things like lamb and stuff, that gets... In this country, lamb gets expensive because people don't eat a lot of it. Also, where I go, it kind of depends, too. It can vary widely. If I go to the fancy people market, I pay fancy people prices. But when I go to, like, the global market and stuff, I go, wow, I got out of there for that. That's how little that cost? Ew, okay. So, you never know. And then the way chicken gets to your table, you never know. But it's the state of the things are today. Walmart rips you off on it. Well, don't go to Walmart. If you can all avoid it, don't go to Walmart. Those are my little words of wisdom. I know a lot of people don't have a choice. But, my viewpoint is if you have a choice, don't go to Walmart. Just my opinion. So we're browning our chicken. And Brian, thank you for the liking the restream. Do you have a U now? I need to know how to make a new one. You know what? Make a new one. I don't know what you mean about making a new one, but someone did tell me about View Now, and I did open it and sign on to it for like about a second, so it's there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not into watching people sleep, but, you know, we'll see. Brandon, thank you for the like and the restream. Guy, thank you for liking the restream. There's a monopoly here. Shake my head. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Delete your You Now from settings. Dash sheet helping out. Thank you. Maybe I can put some more in here. I'm trying not to crowd the pan, as it were. Few things that I've learned over time. I don't always listen, but I try. So our green bananas, the ones that are underwater have already turning, the skins are turning black, but the ones on top, they're still exposed to the air, are still green. So, in case you're wondering, then sign up again. Thank you for the help there, Dashi. Everyone helping each other out. This is going to land over here. Ah, Creole. Now I know I need to do them all. Flip it. Flip it, flip it, flip it. So much for not crowding the pan. Ugh, nuts. I forgot that I need to put in the garlic and the bay leaf to get this all together, so my bad. Don't know. Pay no attention to the little man behind the curtain. Okay. So I'm having this kind of at a lower heat so as not to burn the butter, but I don't think it's quite hot enough. I hope I do not live to regret it. So sauteing this, and then we're going to add the garlic now and the bay leaf. So garlic goes in now. All of the garlic, not just the one that wants to let go. And the bay leaf. It's more of a bay leaf quarters. Dum-dum. This is to be washed. Okay. This is my first time watching a stream on Meerkat. Yes! Hello, Karen. Welcome to Meerkat Karen. Neve, thank you for the like. Always nice to get the love from the official Meerkatters. You guys tweet me if you ever need anything. Seriously. That is boiling. Water boiling. Boiling too much. Brandon, in that case, your device you use on blacklisted, so you can't sign up any accounts on it. Oopsie doopsie. And that would be a bad thing. But we're not going there. Yeah, don't bubble too much. Don't splash on the nice people. Water boiling too much over there. Kind of splashing everywhere. So we're trying to get the chicken cooked and then set aside. Because once the chicken is cooked, then it's set aside, and then we make the sauce. You like the sauce, eh? You like the sauce. You like the sauce. A parade of SNL references that's lost on everybody. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on the time. Giving it another 6 minutes on the bananas. Dashy, how long does it take for them to do a stop because they didn't? It's getting very steamy up in here as that water boils. While I do that, I need to get my colander out because I'm going to need to strain those bananas to let them cool. And yeah, I'm going to have leftovers. Oh yeah, babe. I'm going to have some leftovers. Interesting, though. It's been a while since I've had chicken, too, which is... I mean, I've had fish, you know, all these weeks with Had pork and fish, and we had clams last time, and the mackerel, the salted mackerel, which was amusing, and we had pork. So yeah, it's been a while since chicken. So it's refreshing. So we're gonna be, I'm sure, gonna be up to our eyeballs in lamb next week, or with Saudi Arabia and all. And we will not be cooking with alcohol, so we won't be using the white wine then either. I can pretty much assure you of that also. So, from the Arabian Peninsula, we've already cooked Bahrain and Qatar and Oman. So, this will be starting to wrap up that little part of the world. Hey Rob, Vicky, thank you for the restream. How you doing? It's later. It's quite late. Quite late for you. How you doing? Ending your day. It's so nice seeing the two of you in the office today. That was just, it was very nice. Miss seeing that. And, ooh, this is all smelling all buttery and garlicky, like you have no idea. I got banned because they're too last year. That's not good. Okay. It's looking like these chicken chunks are nearly done. Somewhere I got tweeted something. My like is not working. Boo! Oh boo! Oh boo! Dashi said something about it not working on the iOS, which is a shame. Hope they fix that. Okay, it looks like these are cooked now. So now that they're cooked, and this smells like 100 kinds of butter and garlic, which is delightful. So let's get you out of there. We have missed being in the office together as well. Yes. Good times. Well, nice to see you back. So, we're taking the chicken out, putting it aside, and then we're going to make the sauce. And, here's where it gets interesting. I'm trying to keep the bay leaf in. Stay. You stay behind. No, you have to stay. Because I said so. Go. Now you just wait. Be patient. Okay. That's a lot of chicken. I told myself, 7:15, I told myself I must start the rice cooker if I want the rice to be ready in time for the dinner. And that's when, about the time I need to take out my bananas too. Hopefully they are tender enough, as they've been boiling right behind you. And green bananas. Are we still in São Tomé? Yes, this is the last night of São Tomé and Príncipe. We're cooking a cubed chicken in coffee sauce. Actual coffee. Coffee and cream. And wine. To make a sauce. Which I'm guessing is a unique combo for the Portuguese. That's not a Portuguese accent. I can't do a Portuguese accent. Portuguese. Assim. And thank you for liking the restream. Don't get too hot. Don't get too hot. Don't get too hot. Don't get too hot. Okay, we need to move very quickly here. Quickly. We're going to add our wine into the pan. Coffee sauce, wowzer, yes. So we got our wine on there, followed by, here's the fun part, everybody. Here we go. Coffee. You promised you coffee, we bring you coffee. Coffee, not too much coffee. It's not a lot of coffee, but it's follow. Thank you for the follow, Rob Johnson. Don't see that every day, do ya? Okay. So the coffee, and then what happens? Then we just have to let it thicken. I don't know how it thickens, to be frank with you, but But we're gonna cook it and let it reduce to some extent. I don't see how it thickens, but maybe I'm missing something. Will it keep you awake at night? That much coffee? Probably not. I hope not. That would be bad. That'd be worse for the husband because he has to be up to work. I have to be up to let them paint the third coat of paint on the patio. It's always a good idea to paint your patio in the middle of hurricane season. It dries, things dry really nicely then. Okay, so while we let this do its thing, let us move back over to our green bananas, which have been in here. So let's get our tongs. Yeah, tongs are better. Okay, tong. And we'll get these out. To let them cool off before we peel them and mash them. You know, if I had a brain in my head, I would check to see if they're tender enough. They should be, though. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let us see. They are tender enough. I wonder if they're tender enough for these poipuses. I think so. Okay, we may continue. Carry on. Okay. This is, again, leftovers. And Barbie, thank you for the restream. I think that's an N. I'm seeing you through Steam. Don't fall. You stay right there. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So let's put this on something. Hold that thought. Okay. So we're gonna let that cool over here. Back over there. Don't put your hand on top of something that's steamy like that. That's it right there. Can you see? It's in a bowl. Let me take a picture. Prove that it happened. Otherwise it didn't happen. Okay. So while this reduces, again, I don't see where the bloody heck they think that this is going. Unless there's some properties to coffee and wine that I do not that I'm not familiar with. I don't really see where it's going to reduce, well, it's going to reduce, but thicken. I don't see, there's no thickening agent, so I don't know where it got the idea that there's going to be thickening happening. But it's reducing. So after that, we're going to add the coffee beans, the cream, and, ooh boy. Turn on the coffee maker, the rice cooker rather. Cook already. So let's bring over our crushed red chili peppers and our actual coffee beans. And the cream, again, the provenance of this particular recipe is from kind of a sketchy site that at first I doubted it was a thing, but then I saw that cooking with coffee is an actual thing there. So this is one I found. Could have made another pork dish, but I went, eh. Although, you know, several Islamic countries in a row, we're going to be kind of short on pork for shizzle. Plus, the husband needs to get home, because I don't want it to be ready and overcooking before he gets home. So, ergo, these three ingredients are going to wind up going in here briefly before the chicken goes back in for all of 5 minutes, and then it's done. I guess they mean like really reduced, so I'm going to turn that down some so it doesn't completely get dismembered. Not the right word. Let's see if those have cooled enough. Probably not, but we'll see. Okay. We need some room here. Let's do it over. Let's do what we normally would do this. How about that? Good thing about having a camera, allegedly, is that I can allegedly see if the stove burns up behind me, I can see it over my shoulder. It's a thought. Just FYI, little speech I usually have to give a few times. I'm giving it now. Do you feel, please, you can follow right here. I've been pointing the wrong way. Follow right here on Meerkat. You can all, the blogs are posted every Wednesday evening that cover the entire week. And those are at cliffyland.com. Find folks at the Funky Fairy provided this apron at meerkattees.com. But you can follow me on Twitter at cliffyland.com or on Facebook at the Cliffyland, the Global Cooking Challenge, or on Instagram and Pinterest. The blog is on Tumblr, so if you go to the blog, you'll notice, oh my god, it's a Tumblr, I have a Tumblr, I can follow on Tumblr, you can do that too. They has links, pictures of everything, kind of how it went, and links to these videos right here in case you are of a mind to see something you may have missed. So, that is all at cliffyland.com. So, like, follow, restream, all that good stuff. So, how is it cool to the touch? Cool enough to the touch. We don't want too cold. You know, I didn't think about that. I may wind up putting it back in the pot to, keep it warm. Because you don't really want it, blah, temperature. So this is basically like mashed potatoes, but it's mashed green bananas. And that's going to wind up going back in this bowl. And I'll need something for these skins. Okay. So we're peeling the bananas. Here we go. I feel like Art Carney. Okay. Alright, here we go. So what happens when I don't wait long enough? Because I'm impatient. You burn your fingers. Just like this. You know what I gotta do really fast though? I need to get that lemon going right now. Because as soon as these things get peeled, they start turning gray. And that's not a flavor thing, it's a visual thing. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. So let me do that instantly. I have one lemon left. I'm pretty sure I have one lemon left. Oh my god. I have half a lemon left. I'm gonna have to make do with half a lemon, because that's all I got. From back when you saw me have to get the zest off the lemon. So, it's gonna have to do. That's all I got. I have more lime, but slightly different flavor. You know, I can't believe it. My mom and dad were talking the other day, and a estas alturas, at this altitude, at this point, she did not understand the difference between a lime and a lemon. They explained to her the difference between a lime and a lemon, and she wasn't getting it. It's because in Spanish, a lime is a lima, and a lemon is a limon, and it's pretty straightforward. But she hadn't gotten it. Very strange. Oh, it's getting dark. Burning the hands are burning. Boiling, burning inside the house, and I'm burning to death. Okay, Okay, trying to get that lemon juice on it. So, it's curious, I didn't ever recall ever having had green bananas growing up. I had plenty of plantains, but not green bananas. So, and now here in the past 6 weeks, I've had green bananas at least 3 times. Lime is green, yes. Ow, but the flavor is different though. Flavor is most definitely different. Which I found out kind of the hard way. There's this dish that I made, which was really good, I did it for the Democratic Republic of Congo, aka Congo Kinshasa, if you're looking on the blog. One of my best, easiest dishes, bar none, was so good and easy that I've made it like maybe 4 times since then. It's basically 3 types of mushrooms, and you just stick them in a pan and just fry them. Chop them, but then, you know, you fry them, and then they release all their water, so they're all like soft and mushy, and, you know, all soaking in their water there. And then you just cover it in lemon juice and salt, and it's really good, really good. So that is definitely something to try. It's like the easiest thing, and it tastes so good. I made it many times. So, let's go see how, let's see how this is going over here. Not really bubbling anymore, that's a problem. Let's mash these up with some salt and pepper. So we get our salt and pepper, and that's really it for the pureed bananas. It's kind of ridiculous. It's just too simple. But pepper, doing lots of pepper, and it definitely needs, you know, a decent amount of salt because they tend to get kind of bland. But he won't see that till he sees the blog. He's always like, "Oh no, you put that much salt on it? Oh my god, no!" So, and then we should be smashing it with a fork. So what the hell? Let's smash with a fork. I don't think the potato masher is going to do it. It's supposed to be puree, which I'm wondering if I should use the food processor even, because it actually specifically used the word puree, which strikes me as odd, because the puree is like much more liquidy than, like, you know, thick like mashed potatoes would be. But going all rustic here. No taste. Good. Very simple, earthy, but I have learned that you have to season it, and the lemon juice. I really should have had more lemon juice, but it'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Fine. Should I try the potato masher? If I had my fingers free, I'd do a little poll. Should I use the potato masher? Vote A or B? Okay. I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I don't think it's gonna work. I think I've freaking hidden it because it's always got in my way. I think I've hidden it from myself. Okay, so much for the potato masher. Back to plan A. Ugh, okay. I mean, they're not supposed to be soft. But, you know, maybe I didn't cook them long enough. I don't know. And I'm waiting for the husband to get home. Because, like I said, that chicken cooks kind of quickly. Because it's already cooked. We're just waiting on the rice to finish right behind you. So talk to me, people. What's going on? Anything new and interesting? How's everybody liking the new app, the new update? Have been using it? Have been taking polls and seeing people's pictures? I was thinking of, like I said earlier, I was thinking of showing a picture of some of the stuff I saw at the market. They had balut eggs. Yes, actually, the blender or food processor. I got time. What the hell? Not the blender. The blender would be a bad idea. I know my blender. Let's... I feel how thick this is. I feel how thick this is, and I'm starting to wonder that last time I tried to put something in the food processor that was this thick, it started to burn it out. So now I'm starting to worry about if that's a decent idea. And it's also not very big. It wouldn't fit all this. That was kind of a drama. That's quite the drama. I was afraid I'd like destroy the food processor. I was like, so I don't think it's going to be a puree per se. I think that's way overstating the word. I've seen people on Top Chef get in trouble for using words that the dish itself might be perfectly fine, but since they used a word to describe it and it did not match up with the word, it's like, sorry, you did not deliver puree. That was something else. It's like, oh, nuts. So I'm going to stick this, empty out that pot, and stick it back in the pot on the stove to keep warm. Because I think I mashed it reasonably well, as I think it would be in the original rustic tradition. It seemed to coming apart, and it's actually quite tasty. I think I actually may have hit it with the salt and pepper amounts. They usually tend to go under. Although with that taro thing the other day, I think I went over. I'd forgotten that the mackerel was salted on the bottom. I was like, eh. I felt bad about that. Se me fue la mano. So my hand went off. You get bilingual cooking here. Battery died. Fish fry out here. Really? Oh, that sounds like fun. What kind of fish are you frying? That sounds nice. You're in Atlanta, that's right. Fish fry on a Tuesday. Intriguing. Okay. I'm gonna call this a day on this smashing here. But it's actually quite good. Yummy. Very yummy. Lemon juice. Lemon juice is key. Gives it, very tasty. This is damn very tasty. You know what? I'm gonna do something weird. I'm just gonna keep it warm on top of here. I think that, I know as crazy as that sounds, if I have the water on low, it'll just keep the pot warm, I hope. I just have to remember not to burn my hands on it. Okay, time's up. This sucker has done whatever reducing, thickening it's gonna do. We're back to our sauce, our coffee and wine sauce. It is reduced to an extent that I say is time. Yes, most definitely. So we, where's my paper? Be right back. Okay. Are we there? Okay, coffee beans. Did not say the coffee beans to be ground or anything, so they're full-on coffee beans. Coffee beans go in, followed by the cream. Cream goes in, followed by the chili paste. The chili paste actually should have freaking been in there earlier, but ooh boy, it's gonna go in now. Get a picture of that. Quick close up. There's chili paste in there. Really, there is. Trust me. Okay, and we're gonna mix this well, and put the chicken. 5 minutes, it says. Yowza. He's not back yet. So we got a problem. We got a wee problem. Dinner's been so late so many times now. I don't think he was planning on it being ready earlier than expected. Ooh boy. But I guess it'll give this more of a chance. I don't want the chicken to overcook. So I'm not putting the chicken in until I know. it's time, because we don't want rubbery chicken. You know what? I need to season the sucker too. Didn't say anything about salt and pepper. Did not say a thing. Some of these recipes just kind of assume. But that thing I mentioned before, the tasting table, this guy, big fancy chef, he's in the video talking about how with salt, pepper, and MSG, fresh ground pepper, salt, and MSG, he can make everything, anything in the world taste good. And I believe him. Because this sauce, this stuff, I showed it to you before when I was cooking whatever, Romania, I think it was. But if you have any Eastern Europeans in your area, you'll find it in their market. It's called Vegeta. It's just an all-purpose seasoning, but it has carrots and celeries and dried onions and dried garlic and MSG. And it makes the world taste good, like the Candyman. So I'm looking forward to using that in a couple weeks when we get to Serbia. Where are you, my dear? Where are you? I did not, I told you this thing was going to cook fast, which is one reason I was being so slow and babbling more than usual. You didn't believe me. So there you have it. Let me get my plates ready while we wait. Need to clean something. Clean that more thoroughly later. Okay, plates. I sure hope he's getting home soon. I sure hope so. Ah, now I know why it didn't tell me to turn on the rice cooker. I had Do Not Disturb turned on. Go figure. Where is my husband? I hope he is very close. Come on. Oh, he's here. Yay! Yay! Good. Okay. So, I think we can safely put the chicken in. And hopefully we'll be okay. Because, it's funny, that rice should be ready soon. We're gonna be fine. 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 Killing time. I was talking to my dad about this whole thing, and he was saying, "Oh, you know, that's good, but you really should edit it." And I'm like, "Dad, it's live. The whole thing is live. It's as it's actually happening. It's not like, okay, and earlier we cooked the pie, and here it's out of the oven." It's like, that's if it was edited, but this is live. So, no, but you have to edit it. You don't get it. So, I'm sure I'm gonna look out the window. Yep. Right outside. Now I'm hoping to speed up the rice cooker. Magic. Okay. Editing a live stream is impossible. Indeed it is. Edit reality. Can we just like cut to where the weather gets cooler again? And stay the same age. That's good too. So just, you know, cut out the bad parts and just stay the same age. Figure that out, and then you got your $1 million idea right there. How we doing? Is it still keeping warm? Hi honey, dinner's gonna be ready in just very few.
Yes.
Yes, hi, sweetie.
Are you still meerkatting?
Yes, I am meerkatting, but dinner's running early.
Okay.
So.
And will we be eating
Eek.
living room or dining room?
In the living room.
It smells buttery.
It is very buttery. It's buttery and creamy and peppery and coffee-y, with actual coffee beans. With the beans of the coffee and the garlic and the egg. But I'm definitely going to have to taste it and season the damn thing because it did not say anything about that. And that would be a bad thing. So putting the chicken back in, and I know I need to take a picture of that. I'm sure this is a quiet little day. It's not the most exciting of dishes. The ingredient is what's interesting. We don't have like me destroying the kitchen like last time.
Oh, darn it.
What? Oh. Okay. So we're getting the letting the flavors and get back into the chicken. In there. Let's see. Closer. In there. And this is the part where I have to taste it. Because I know it needs salt. Because it ain't got none. Mmm. Oh, wow. Doesn't feel like it needs it. No, it does need it. Okay. Salt and pepper. But the heat from the chili is and the wine is really imbued with the garlic in the dish.
Oh, what kind of wine?
White wine from the I had to use 2 1/4 of the bittelados.
Mm-hmm. Is there a spice?
Yes. It is got the red Thai chili peppers.
Ooh,
that have been smashed into a paste. So, here we go. That's your spice. And it's got the coffee and the coffee beans, so you actually be crunching coffee beans in your mouth. Not too many.
Uh-huh.
Just a couple.
What's that, cauliflower?
No, that's the green bananas.
Ah.
So there will be leftovers, clearly. But I finished the leftovers from yesterday, or the other day, today. So, we're doing good. Here, have some. Yummy. Yum for you. Yeah. Yeah, have some. Very tasty. Very tasty. Okay, so it's just basically warming that up. So let's see, it's our yay
Rice?
the rice. I ate coffee bean one, so strong. Yeah, whatchamacallit, you can buy like chocolate covered coffee beans. Those are really good, but you can't have too many, because then you'd be bouncing like a jumping bean. That's a whole other bean. So, the scoop, scoopity scoop. Okay. So we have 2 kinds of starch going here. Rice cooker. Rice cooker, my best friend. Except for the fact that I always burn my hands on the metal. Which, that's no fun. I'm going to put this on the side because we're going to have the green bananas also. I always have to keep remembering not to burn my damn hands. Okay, that's one. I'll show you close up, you know, in a moment. Just the logistics of my hands and the camera. Oh, if you could get the table ready.
Uh-huh. You can just put mine all on one plate.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Make it easier to eat. Today's Tuesday. Trying to remember what it is that we're watching. Okay, so that goes off. Okay, we move back to the other side. I'll move you back with me in a moment. After seeing you use the rice cooker a lot, I think I will get one. My parents just gave that to me, and wow, that's just... It's made life so much easier, because you just stick it, and you can put other stuff in it. Like coconut cream, coconut milk, instead of water. Boom, done. If you can get lemongrass, mash it up, make it tight, stick it in, you got flavorful rice. I used the pandan leaf from the screw palm outside. I just cut off a leaf, cleaned it off, cut the edges. Good. Okay, not gonna burn my hands. I am not gonna burn my hands. I'm not gonna burn my hands. The green banana, the mashed green banana, and I need a scoopity doop for you. We'll use the same one. Okay. Green. Just make sure you don't touch the hot metal with your hands. Green bananas over here. Over yonder. Get a better view. Hopefully, sorry, we're kind of stuck on how far back I can move that. Don't touch the hot metal with your hands. Okay. Sorry, I can't move you back any further at the moment. As soon as I get this out of the way, I will. Okay. And we put you aside. Okay, time to plate the chicken. Okay. It's very monochromatic, I'll give you that. There's not a lot of variety in the color department. And it's gonna need the sauce. The sauce is what makes it. Okay, there's one for you. So there you've got your chicken in the coconut and the coffee and cream sauce with the green banana on the side. Just a little touch of the orange from the hot red Thai chili peppers, and a little touch of brown from the actual coffee beans. I'll put a coffee bean on the plate here. And some sauce. Okay. Plate number 2. So we have, once again, the chicken, cube chicken in the coffee and cream sauce on a bed of rice with the banana puree right next to it there. And make sure I get a picture for the blog. The blog. Again, everything is at. It is a very quick meal. I mean, you notice most of the time was just me babbling, prepping, and killing time. So it is very quick and surprisingly few ingredients. The wine and the coffee make it quite interesting. Oh, pictures. So yes, it's surprisingly quick. If you just, if you're like a normal person, you're not, prepping everything in separate bowls, like I have to do for the blog. It's even faster. So that is night 3 of São Tomé and Príncipe. A green sprig of parsley might brighten the dish. Good thought. Good thought. Good thought. Good thought. I can do that. I've seen the condition of my parsley. Not so much a sprig as to a leaf. Hold that thought. Thank you for the tip. That's nice. Oh, off camera there. Nice screenshots. Thank you. Shortest stream yet? The shortest, on purpose shortest. There was one that was shorter accidental because it kind of died, which was no bueno. There. Here, we'll take a different. Okay. And you can go away because you're dead. You're dead to me. Okay, one more time. So, one more time. The other view. Chicken and coconut cream with the green bananas. And hopefully it won't keep us up all night. Up all night. Okay, so, and I would probably want to close the refrigerator. So again, that is night 3 of São Tomé and Príncipe. That ends our stream of 6 islands and saints. Join us next week when we'll be cooking the food of Saudi Arabia. I'm picturing lambs and dates and maybe figs and stuff. So check that out. I'm planning on Friday. I'm obviously planning on Tuesday. There may be a night in between. You never know. It is a long weekend, so people might be away, whatever. But, you know, it might happen. It could happen. So check that out. The blog goes up tomorrow at cliffyland.com. Follow here on Meerkat. Follow on Instagram, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Facebook, whichever is your preference. Just cliffyland.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. You guys rock my world. See you next time. Till then, goodbye and toodaloo.